the question of types of insurance. So, first you remember there is one structure is given in your textbook. So, we are discussing first the list of different type of insurances, right? So, first I am dividing or classifying the topic. Types of insurance are of two types. First is a life insurance and second one is a general insurance. So when I am talking about life insurance, it is of two types: whole life and endowment plan. So basically two types of the life insurance. Later we will discuss about its detail, but here I am explaining just classification of it. So second side is general insurances. General insurance are of three types. First is the goods and transportation insurance, means the vehicle is passing through, our products are being sent from one place to another place. In that situation, if any kind of the damage may arise, for that kind of the situation, the insurance is being taken. It is called goods and transportation insurance. Second one is a fire insurance. See, it is related with the goods, property and assets, vehicles, whatever may be, we can include. The third one is a other general insurances. So this is important to remember. Insurance against loss of health. Loss of health means create any damage to the body. Second one, insurance against loss of the property. Third is insurance against theft. Fourth is animal insurance. Fifth is group insurance. So you understand one thing, that sometimes companies are taking insurance for their all employees. It is called group insurance. Thereafter, sports insurances, for any specific sportsman, the insurance is being taken, is called sports insurance. As like some sportsmen are connected with sports in which their eyes are used, so they will take the special kind of the insurance, right? Sometimes the events are going to be happen, and for the sports based event, if it is required to be saved from any kind of the big disaster, the sports insurance will be taken. Thereafter, vehicle insurance, specifically for vehicles, the insurance is being taken, right? The another one is a third party insurance. If you are passing through the road and somebody has already hit you or the accident has happened, then the third party insurance will help you to take the money. Thereafter, credit insurance. What kind of the amount you have credited will be insured, right? Thereafter, insurance of the loyalty against fraud. It is clearly said that the fraud protection against the fraud, the insurance is taken. Thereafter, accident insurance. Clearly it is saying that if any vehicle is making any kind of the accident, here the third party insurance will apply and accident insurance will apply both. But generally we have studied, except the life insurance, only one insurance can be useful in case of the indemnity, right? We have already understood it. Okay, thereafter Insurance against natural calamities, as like the drought. For the crop, the insurance is taken, it is considered in this list. Thereafter, employees compensation insurance. If the employee is not saved, then the company has taken specific kind of the insurance for the protection of the employee. It will be reimbursed, right? The compensation will be given according to that. Last one is employees compensation insurance. Specifically for employees, the insurance is been taken. So these are the list which I have explained. Now we are going to discuss the complete detail of the list, and here the first two relate to the life insurance are individually discussed in an elaborate manner, right? So first I am discussing about whole life insurance. So when a person is insured, if he die, then the nominee means successor of the person whose name has been given in the contract of the insurance or the agreement of the insurance, the name of the next to him is called nominee or the legal heir. He will allow to take the compensation as given by the permission under the law. It is known as whole life insurance. It is also said to be term insurance. So the term is not said to be 10 years, 15 years, 30 years. But when the life of the person is over, naturally or whatever the reason, except the suicide, life insurance will be applied easily. In case of the suicide just and being proved that it is suicide, then the compensation will not be paid. Remember this line. Okay? Life is precious. Everybody knows that. Once a person is die, his place will remain vacant in life of other family members. But his absence can fulfill by paying compensation, so the family can sustain in economic way from that money. And what the capacity of the person, he has paid the specific premium in specific term. So the term insurance means for 10 years, it means the money will given to his family after his death, but the premium will be paid for only 10 years, right? So here principle of indemnity will not apply, and the family will get money after his death under the type of the insurance named as life insurance. So natural death is the precondition for any life insurance. I repeat, natural death is the precondition. Full amount as per the contract will be given to his family. So here you remember one thing, that he is paying the term premium, and that premium is saved with the company, and company has added specific amount in the given premium, and at last completion of the life of that insured person, his nominee, his legal heir, his successor will get specific benefit or economic support by giving amount as the insured. Okay, now again I repeat, in this case law principle of indemnity will not apply. Second, in case of unnatural death, the life insurance will not be given. In case of the suicide also, the life insurance will not be accepted, right? So under this, underline and understand this point. Now We are moving to the next point is the endowment insurance. Endowment insurance means the promise to pay the specific amount of the family to the family as the insured, and the promise is given by the company to the insuree person. In that case, up to the specific term, the insuree will pay the premium. Here you remember the insurer means the insurance company and insuree means the insured person who has taken the policy is called insuree or the insured person, and insurer means he is agreed to pay the amount after the specific conditions will be fulfilled. So for the specific term, the insured person will pay the amount, and after completion of the term, the amount will paid by company to the insured person as well as in future as per the policy's conditions. His legal heir, successor or the nominee will also get specific amount, maybe equally to the amount what has been paid earlier at the completion of the term to the insured person. So the double time payment is done here. So it is called endowment insurance. Again I repeat, when the insurance company promises to pay the policy amount to the insuree at the end of the policy period to him or to the legal heir in event of his death, it is known as endowment insurance. Here I said that double time payment is done, but in your book you said that his legal heir will get, but here first the amount will be paid at the completion of the term to the insured person, the second the specific amount will be given to his legal heirs at the death of his life. So specific premium is being paid regularly in periodically situation during the term of the premium to pay. So it will be paid in that specific different way than the term life insurance. Is that clear? So now we are moving to the next point as general insurance. This is the most important topic to remember, right? See, we have studied that transportation insurance. Usually when the goods are being transported from one place to another place, the risk of damage or loss to the goods, in that case, to reduce the risk, specific amount is being paid as a premium by the insured person, and in such situation when the incident took place, the amount will be paid. But remember, if the situation may not arise during the whole year for which the premium has been paid, the premium will not be given back. So, general insurances are taken with specific conditions, and at the fulfillment of the conditions, the insurance is being declared as the matured. Right? Okay. Second one is, okay, here I have to give the types of the transportation insurance: marine insurance, air insurance, rail or the road insurance. So actual specific way of the transportation, the amount will be paid in case of the damage or loss may arise, otherwise not. Is that clear? Now the second one is in detail is the fire insurance. Okay, we have to discuss the detail of the all the three. Okay, first is a marine insurance. If the transportation is done through ship or the boat, which is actually economical, and earlier when the railway was not exist, the mostly transportation between the countries was possible through sea route. So in 18th century, most probably international trade was done through sea route. So here we can say the most ancient method of taking insurance is marine insurance. It was started first by Lords of London, the insurance company, and the company worked more than 325 years. Lloyds of London company is yet working in the field of the insurance since 325 years. So it's not a small time when the companies cannot exist, other companies, but here they have worked and they are having the loyalty in the field as their better image. That is the important to remember. Okay. Second I am discussing is air insurance. So now you understand, in the 19th century some air transportation started. The air insurance began. Air transportation is almostly costly, we all know this. So naturally there will be risk for the goods to transport. So the premium for air transportation will taken much higher than marine or the rail insurance or the road insurance. Is that clear? So the one small question may come here: which insurance in the goods and transportation insurance is asking for the higher premium for insurance? That is air transportation insurance, right? Okay, next one is rail and road transportation insurance. So when the land route exists, naturally the company to pay the compensation against full or partial damage in case of fire, in case of robbery, the specific premium is being taken with the specific conditions has been described and at the fulfilling of specific conditions on base of principle of insurable interest. Here which principle is applied? Principle of insurable interest. The insuree will get the compensation in case of equal amount to the loss what the property has lost in fire. Actually fire is only one kind of the insurance in which general way of fire I am not talking. I am talking about railway or road transportation. If the fire happen, then the complete amount will be paid to the insured person on the principle of insurable interest. So here the question related to the which principle is applied. Principle of insurable interest will applied to the rail and road transportation insurance. Is that clear? So here I discussed about goods and transportation insurance. Now I am discussing about fire insurance. This is the second in general insurance. The promise by the insurance company is given to the insured person for paying the compensation in case of fire arised. The insured person is paying specific premium to the company as being asked. But here company is giving words first that they will pay full or partial loss or damage as being compensated. I repeat, they will pay compensation in full or partial way for loss or damage of the property. So fire means the damage to the property or asset is included. So the life of the person is not included here. Remember the word. So any of the general insurance directly not connect with the life of persons. Is that clear? It is a part of the life insurance, not a part of general insurance. So the insurer should get compensation equal to the loss of property or damage to the property. Equal compensation will be given according to the value of the property if the damage arises due to the fire as given interest of insurable property. Right? So remember here I want to say again, fire insurance is applied only in case of the property but not in case of the human life. So it could be applied directly to the person's property, not to the human life in anyhow. Is that clear? Okay. Now I am going to discuss the third topic, other types of general insurance. We have already discussed two in a general insurance, transportation insurance and fire insurance. Now other insurance we are discussing. So the first point you remember, generally we all know that medical based insurance, it is very well known. For that purpose, Mediclaim is being taken and will be compensated in case of huge medical expenses. So if the hospitalization has been done for at least 24 hours in any of his Mediclaim, he can get Mediclaim as per the insured part of the insurance of the body, because all diseases may not be included in the Mediclaim as the present days. In 2020 we can see the COVID situation. So many cases are coming out that the company is not paying the insurance. Why? Because earlier when the insurance was taken, the COVID was not a part of the included disease, but now it has been included. So the different policy may come in future. So the Mediclaim is the first kind of the insurance. It is called medical insurance for medical treatments. Is that clear? Okay. Another point is insurance against loss caused due to closure of business. See, this is a different type. If any reason the business has been closed, the person will suffer a lot of the economical loss. So he can get specific premium as legally been proved that his business has been closed. Otherwise, some people are doing one time they are closing the business with the one title, they can start the business with the other title. So it is not included here. Here it is included the actual business is completely closed, then it will be applied. So insurance against the loss of business closure will apply. Another option is insurance against loss due to the fraudulent activities. So you understand, if the fraudulent activity is done by the employee or the employer, if the fraud is done, then the insurance will not be paid. If I want to get the money I create the fraud intentionally, then it will not be compensated. But if the proved that the fraud has been done with the company in logical way, in logical way, as per the logical consideration, the fraud has been done, then the insurance will be taken. But if it is proved that any kind of the general insurance is just to make the compensation, the fraud or the illegal method has been adopted, in that case the insurance will be cancelled, sometime postponed up to the confusion may clear, and in that situation the insurance will not be paid. Okay. Another situation when the insurance code is required to pay, the program is cancelled, as like the many big pageants are taking place, Miss World and the other fashion pageants are taking place, the any big sports events are taking place, it is called the big programs. So in that situation, due to the natural course or man-made created problem, the risk has been arised. So for the all people attended in the ground and for the property of the ground, the insurance will be taken, and such insurances are special insurance. It is higher, much higher premium having insurance, and it is sure that at every time the incident may not occur for the loss or damage. So in that situation, the amount will not be paid to the insured event, because the event has been completed happily. So the insurance will not be paid and the premium remain with the company. So here this is a different topic which can be discussed, that at so many places we can see medical insurance has been taken, the premium has been paid, but the problem has not arisen. So what do you think? At every situation the company is benefited, but out of lakhs of the cases, hundreds of cases they have to pay, because the actual problem may arise. Sometimes we have taken the mediclaim and the person has not paid and able to pay the hospital bills. Here the mediclaim is helpful to him, because the cashless mediclaim is there, right? So all expenses will be borne by the company. But if the cashless insurance is not taken for the medical treatment, then the insured person or his family has to pay the bills. Thereafter the amount will be compensated after showing the bill to the insurance company, and as per the rules and regulation, the amount will be paid to the insured person or his family. Is that clear? So here we have started to discuss about general insurance in other cases. Today we have discussed about first two type of general insurances, as well as the complete discussion of the life insurance. Is that clear with all of you?